Good morning, you all. It's good to see familiar faces. And as we were saying, I'm going to present the bachelor course Forest Products Technology and Timber Construction. It is a great honor for me because I'm an alumni of this program, so it's always good for me to present what we are teaching here. So to start off, so here we're going to start at the Knowledge Campus Kuchel. So to give you an idea how it's structured, how it's the financial support is going there, and we are financed by the Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber of Labor, the state of Salzburg itself, and the federal government. But the institutions itself, like you see, all the different institutions are on their own financial spectrum. Like, for example, the federal government isn't supporting the state vocational school center in this direction, so there's more private financiers behind it. So the Knowledge Campus in Kuchel starts at the beginning and has an 80-year-old history. After World War II, the first school was implemented here in Kuchel, so we have a long history of educational background in wood. So we have the Higher Technical Institute professionalized in wood. We have the State Vocational School Center. Then we have the School of Interior Design and Consulting. This is the basis of it. And further on, we offer, as the University of Applied Sciences, university courses in timber construction and wood technology, design, product management, smart building, smart materials, and that is the offer we have as the University of Applied Sciences. So, University of Applied Sciences has a history of 30 years now, and it was initiated because we needed practical-oriented workers with higher educational, yeah, education for the economy. So we're working really hand in hand and close with the economy to provide skilled workers to the economy. So that's why we are currently all the time working to be as close to the economy needs as possible. So this is the basis. As you might remember if you were here, this is what it looks like. This is still this is a rendering. We have this now as it is, and this is all the knowledge based from secondary education to higher education at a university level in one place in the county of Salzburg. So let's get into the program itself. We start with furniture design and interior architecture. So we offer an education to become a creative engineer for design and planning of interior spaces, design and planning of transitional spaces, planning of products, and planning of production and processes. As you can see here, we have students in their second semester with a project where they were given the possibility to create their own furniture, not just create them, build them as well. And the final goal was to sell them on a exhibition. So we have all the use cases there from the second semester on. This was another project where our students had the task of building spaces for a city close to Salzburg. So from the first mocks, from the furnitures, to the creation of the furnitures themselves for public spaces. So we try to be as practical as possible with our students and get them towards their job as early as possible within their education. This is another thing where you can see the interlinkage of the disciplines. This is reclaimed wood, and here a student was working on a furniture harvesting reclaimed wood and producing a working furniture of it and making it accessible for local carpentries that they can actually use this idea to make another product itself. So this is just showcasing some projects we are working on with our students from this sector. This is another thing. We bring in experts from different disciplines as well. This one was a weaving workshop where our students had the possibility of learning a craft they've never seen before and implement them within their future skill set. So it is not just wool. Like bio-based materials is part of the educational idea we have, and we want to transfer that to our students and give them a skill set where they can be proficient in their future workplace. So, specialization of timber construction. There's some examples of that as well. This is the Lisi House. This was an competition 10 years ago where different universities were constructing and planning and building a passive house. So not just the tree itself, so not just the timber, also the roots, the leafage, the bark, everything was used and put into a construction, and this is what it looks like. And this actually won this competition 10 years ago. So this was from the Solar Decathlon, where you can see here the bark, the wood chips, then here the bark as well, different surface layers. And through the usage of bio-based materials, we were capable of reducing the energy consumption of the building so that it actually won the competition as well. So there's a lot of disciplines interlinking, and the basis is the timber construction here. This is another thing. This was designed, planned, built up for exhibition of 500 years of Luther in Wittenberg, done by our students. And this is another aspect of the educational aspect itself. So it's very practical. There you can see the students building those bows. And actually, this was the pre-phase within Kuchel where they had the prelims that everything works and stands up to the standards. So last but not least in this studies, it's wood technology. And here you can see a project with, I think it was 18 German universities, and we were working on the bio-based seating material. So this is mallows, and this was actually a self-driving car, so a highly regarded project with a lot of technical universities in Germany. So we could take part of it and include our students within the research of working on these materials. Another thing is, of course, local factories, like for example the ski industry here, for example, is Atomic, where of course Atomic is part of the wood industry itself because the wooden cores of the ski. So traditionally the ski industry is part of the wood industry. So our students are further on capable of working in this area, and as well of analyzing product cycles, efficiency, and how to manage a plant like that. So this is a example for a local partner where our students are capable of working in the future. This is another thing that's more experimental. Here we have the interlinkage of bio-based chemistry. Here we developed a tannin foam-based surfboard. This is a student in the fourth semester of wood technology. So here you can see he was milling, CNC milling his foam, then interlinkage with the chemical part of producing foams, bio-based foams, and producing an actual working surfboard. So this is the range of the whole study program itself. So now I've been talking a lot about the projects themselves, and now we can go in the fundamentals of the studies itself. So the first year of studies is the foundation studies. So if you are not in the secondary educational sector specialized in wood or mechanical engineering or whatsoever, you still have the possibility of uptaking the studies. So the first academic year is setting the foundation to homogeneize the knowledge, and from then on, in the second year, we go into in-depth studies. And from this point on, you can choose which sector you want to take. If you want to take interior design, if you want to take timber construction or wood technology. So we set a basis and then we go in depth. And the third academic year is going to be the professionalization. So this is the point where they come out of their practical semester, so to speak, where they have been working outside in the economy and making their internship. And this is the year where they work on their own project to finalize their bachelor thesis and finish up their studies. But on the curriculum, we go into depth now. So this is what it looks like. The bachelor curriculum is comprised by 6 semesters and 180 ECTS. So as you can see here, it's the first and second semester. So this is basics and mechanics, for example, applied mathematics, statistics, physics, and chemistry, as well as building construction, furniture construction, interiors, and material science. So that we set a basis. So they have a basis on choose their own specialization from, as well as in the second semester, for example, CAD, so as well as material science again, model making, wood-based courses as well, because we're here in the wood village of Austria, so wood identification, wood science, wood quality, wood protection, because this is the whole spectrum we offer. So in the third and fourth semester, students have already chosen their specialization, have their specialized course, but still, for example, marketing and entrepreneurship is for all of them. They need all to have those hard skills, so to speak, as well as communication, intercultural competencies. This is what all the students need to take as courses as well. And then we can, and here you can see, excuse me, ECTS and SVS for these courses, then so to speak. And the fifth and sixth semesters are then, here you can see the internship. So this is mandatory for their studies as well. And then specialization projects for their specialties. And it all goes down to the bachelor thesis too. So they need to write 2 theses, and the specialization project, which is almost every time comprised of the bachelor thesis itself. So it's their own project where they're writing their academic thesis about. So it is possible to go abroad. So it's most of the time between the third and fourth semester. This is just some examples. We have partner universities in the USA, South Africa, Canada, Tanzania, and formerly in Russia. So this is on not as it is right now. So this is not happening as today as we're speaking. And you have the possibilities, if you do your bachelor's and your master's, to uptake a PhD studies afterwards. Yes, you're allowed to do that. So there's the possibility for that. And this is some of our alumni who took up the PhDs. So we're University of Applied Sciences, and we need to be as close to the companies as possible. And this is an example. I can show you this because it's just too much to put it all into one slide. Every month we have one company coming up to our campus, giving a talk and giving the students the possibility of interlinking with people from the economy. So there was a mushroom farm who provides substrate for mushroom farmers, there to speak. So we had Stora Enso. This was in April. There was a talk about sawmills of the future. That was in April as well. Then wood construction as it is right now as a state of the art. So this was in March. And so we have talks all the time to give students the idea where they want to work in the future, get in contact with people from the professions they want to work in, and get them as close as possible to the economy as well. So, next thing, excursions, and giving the students opportunities to travel to see different areas of Europe, so to speak, or how production is run in some areas. So this is a professor from Kuchel, and he came up with the idea of doing a bike excursion. And I'll just show you some. He just does them every year. He gives up students opportunities to choose this excursion, and they travel. Yeah, this time it was 320 kilometers towards Southern Tyrol, and then uh, yeah, visiting different producing companies, and this is something really extraordinary. So this is a big producer of particle boards, for example. They were visiting them, and this is really extraordinary, so to speak. And this was a nice picture in my mind as well. Every 2 years, there's the biggest exhibition in the world of wood-based products, producers of machines whatsoever in Hanover, the Ligna, and every 2 years we are moving with our students towards Hanover, and on the way there we're visiting producing companies. And there's a network where the students can actually go to the companies, see the state-of-the-art machines, and yeah, this is an excursion as well to get them outside to see the real world and not just be here in Kuchel isolated, and to have impressions on how things actually work out there. So another thing I wanted to mention is our alumni network. We call this career pathways, so to speak, to show the people who are interested in the studies and the people who are already studying it how actually possibilities of a career can look like. So this is a collection as well. This is too much for a slide as well. This is all alumni from our studies. So he is running a plan for particle boards in for Swiss Chrono Group. He did his PhD here. He's working for a huge forestry enterprise in Austria and whatsoever. So the showcasing the possibilities where they can work after their studies. And there's then also a story on how he got there where he's working right now. So this is really important for us to show that is what happens after the studies, what profession can they uptake with their studies. This is part of it. And as well, this is something else I wanted to show you here. I need to do it here. We have a program for mentoring female students. So alumni of us take their time and take female students under their wings for a year and mentor them in a project, and giving them the opportunity to really set their foot in the industry we're offering. So it's timber construction, wood technology, interior design whatsoever. And this is something which is running now for 3 years of personal mentoring for career and personality development for female empowerment. So this is something really new for us, and it is really well received. So we can switch this here. Hopla. So in general, the duration of the bachelor is 6 semesters, and then you reach EQF level 6. Specialization is starting in the 3rd semester. Specialization subjects are furniture design, interior architecture, wood technology, timber construction. Internship happens between the 4th and 5th semester. Semester abroad is possible between the 3rd and 5th semester, so it doesn't intervene too much with the academic calendar. And it's also possible to uptake a double degree. And we have a program with a partner university in Finland, so students spend their last year of studies in Finland, or Finnish students are spending the last year in Austria and get a degree from both universities. So, this is always a nice picture, the leather up in the sky, because everything is possible. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Felix, for your great presentation. I would open the floor for discussion and for your questions. Please.
Yeah, Felix, the knowledge is very specialized. The students get from the university or from your courses. Do they all of them get a job afterwards?
Right now, it is actually looking good. So to speak, yes. So we're having really close connections towards the partners outside. So there's also always questions from the company itself if we have Finnish students who want to uptake a position in their company. So right now it's really looking good.
So it's a kind of recruitment process over the student time. Yeah.
So we also have the possibilities for the companies to showcase their vacancies at our campus, so students during the semester can check out which companies searching for which position. So there is a market for that, yeah.
Thank you, Felix.
Welcome. Areti.
Thank you, Areti.
It's not a question, but mostly a comment. I really liked the idea of, I really liked the social impact of some of your projects. I really like the idea of creating something and then provide it to the society and create this way something useful and impactful for the society. And I believe that one of the most important things is the ability and opportunity to not only create something but to give it to the society and other people to have the opportunity to use them, and this way this is the best proof of your work. This.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And like you don't just transfer the the specific knowledge, you also have the social awareness which you can transfer during the studies itself. So this is really important, and thank you for that comment. Like, it's a lot of fun to work with the students on such projects.
Thank you. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Areti.